also, happy November 1st. As you can see, we're already dead, but this is a Halloween special. The producer and I were up playing this last night, so that's why you didn't get the video on Halloween, but I thought this would be a perfect day to release it in case you didn't get to go out and celebrate on Halloween last night. Maybe you had some responsibilities you had to take care of, and that is totally understandable. So, today we are going to be going in all of these different builds that Mr. Flores has built in this Halloween world. It's like / Halloween on his server. The server that we're playing on is the best Minecraft server around. I've been playing it for 10 years, and I'm excited to show you the Halloween decor. So, let's go ahead and pack up, roll up, heat up that rig. If you're an edible user or a popper, I hope that today goes well. Hopefully you don't green out. And if you're a pen pal, well, you already know what time it is. It is time for a blinker checkpoint. I've got one of my bigger pieces with me today, as I have in the last 2 videos, I believe. So I hope that you like the perk sounds. That's Mr. Flores' skin on the top right, by the way. Just bringing my piece around the mic. Alright, y'all. I hope that you had a great Halloween. I hope that it was a safe one, a fun one. And, yeah, so cheers to Halloween. I love Halloween. And, well, of course, cheers to November now. And, well, you know what's coming up. Thanksgiving. I'm excited. I would be down for one more if you are. Oh, I knew you would be. I need to put the piece around you now, 1 sec. Okay. Excuse me, oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna move my microphone, just a little closer to me. Alright, that way I don't squeak too much in my chair. But, yeah, as I was saying, this is my favorite server of all time. I came across this server, and I know I've talked about this before, but in case anyone hasn't heard about the history of me and this server, I'll give a quick overview. Back when I first started playing Minecraft, I would say it was around 2013, is when I started playing Java Minecraft. And I remember that multiplayer servers were a massive popular thing, and I think it was around the time that Hunger Games and mini games were around. Those were fun servers as well. But I remember I wanted to find a server where I could go more into just playing survival mode. So, you know what I did? I just searched on Google for multiplayer servers. And one of the 2 big things that I was looking for was no griefing. I am so sorry for that. My alarm just went off to wake up, but I actually woke up a long time ago. Let me go ahead and make server, as well as no PvP, or at least the option to turn it off. And then I came across Mr. Flores' server, which is onemoreblock.com, I believe. Onemoreblock.com, the number one, by the way. Not O-N-E, the number one. And by the way, anytime that we see a door with a golden plate, that means that you can knock on it for a trick or a treat. And I got a treat, which, look at that, Mr. Flores is very, very generous when it comes to gifting. So if you want to check out this server, I absolutely recommend it. I'm on there occasionally, not too often because, YouTube, and I'm focusing on these series over here, and then working. Mr. Flores knows that I won't usually be a daily player anymore. I was when I first started playing on his server because I was a kid and I just had a lot of free time, and it was new, so I was just constantly on here. But nowadays, I don't spend my time on the server as often, but I definitely do come around at least a few times a year. And it's weird because, let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. I feel like I've been yapping. I'm so sorry for the gulping. But just taking deep breaths there. And moving the microphone a little bit. But yeah, anyways, Flores knows that I'll come on a few times a year with the producer. But I don't know why we are like this, but we typically have a Minecraft kick for Mr. Flores, specifically around the fall and winter months. But if you think about it, I mean, it does make sense. Winter time, at least where we live, we constantly have snow. Well, I would say over the last few years, it has been relatively light, but then we moved out here and we live up north now. I used to live in the middle of the state, and we got rough days of winter, but it wasn't rough winters. That's Stromboli in the background, by the way. And we got another treat from knocking on the doors. Now, I would have knocked on all of the doors that we saw, but then I would have to constantly go back. Oh, there's someone in need of help. Let's go. Oh, he's got it, don't worry. But if we would knock on each of these doors, we would constantly have to go back and forth to the house to drop off our inventory. Now, sometimes there are tricks, but other times, obviously, there will be treats. I thought this was a really cool building. I am obsessed with stone bricks, so I thought this was really eye-catching for me. A little dungeony, but I can look past it. I feel like the stone bricks typically give off dungeon vibes. it's just because they're the two youngest ones. But I think they're coming down here, so I might have to pause the recording. They're little rascals, I tell you. Little rascals. I feel like I was saying something, but then we kept branching off into other conversations, so I do apologize. It'll come back to me, maybe. It'll come back. But since this is a Halloween special, I'm not gonna give any notice to anybody, and I'm just gonna drop it. It's gonna be just a nice, fun Saturday video, so also happy Saturday. Happy November 1st. Again, I hope you had a great Halloween. I am curious, do you dress up for Halloween? Because I feel like it's kind of 50-50. Now, I realize that I don't know your age, and so that I'd say is a fair thing to say. I started losing my train of thought there. But yeah, I don't know how old you are, so I can't really gauge if I think you would still dress up, because some people, you know, you could be in your late 20s, early 30s, mid 40s, and some people are still dressing up, and I think that's really fun. I love Halloween, so I'm probably going to be those people, but like my boss, he is 51, and he hates Halloween. You should have seen him in the office yesterday. He was like, just so grumpy about it. But then he did explain himself, and basically this hatred for Halloween for him kind of it dates back to when he was a kid. And he was just kind of saying, like, he hates that they were forced to dress up, because dressing up is just not something that he wants to do. He doesn't like the attention. And then I started understanding that, because after knowing him for about 2 months, I could see that. It made sense. And then he was also talking about, like, the pressure of the costume looking good, because you're almost competing with other people. And I understand that to a point, but I don't know, in my opinion, I think Halloween is a great way for people to kind of escape reality. I don't know, it's a full day or full night of you being somebody else, you getting away from your life and just letting loose, you know. So I'm very biased, you know, towards Halloween. It's honestly a tie for the best holiday for me. It would be a tie between Halloween and Thanksgiving. Now, if you would have asked me this ages ago, like 10 years ago when I was a teenager, I would have maybe just said Halloween. Originally, when I first started getting asked that question of what is your favorite holiday, only one holiday ever came in mind, and it was Halloween. Not only do you get to dress up and just, you know, be somebody else for a day, you also get candy, and, well, duh, I'm a kid. I want candy. So, Halloween used to be my number one holiday. But then, as I got older, I really started to appreciate the different kinds of food at Thanksgiving. And personally, my favorite food of Thanksgiving, can you guess it? Yes, they're baked beans. And so I'm obsessed with baked beans. I honestly only eat the sides. Typically, I feel like there's only one main protein, and that's the turkey, or some people get ham. I hate both of them. I do not like them. I don't know, I really like steak. I like ground beef. I don't know. Just, I really don't like ham. I can eat ham occasionally as long as I don't think about it too much, because then I start to realize my hatred for ham. And then turkey. I don't know, it really depends on who is making the turkey. So it's just a gamble of oh my gosh, I am stuttering like crazy. So it's just kind of a gamble of, will this turkey be dry or will it be amazing? Is it seasoned or not? I don't know, it's just such a big toss-up in who messes up baked beans, you know? I've never had a bad batch of baked beans. I've never had a bad batch of baked beans. I've never had a bad batch of baked beans. I'm just saying, have you had a bad batch of baked beans? If so, I truly apologize, because that is just horrendous. That should never happen to somebody. Anyways, the next best side, because I only eat the sides at Thanksgiving, I'll just be 100% honest with you. But also, again, I feel like sides are really the only things there at Thanksgiving. It's just one or two main meats, main proteins, and then the rest are just fun sides. So another one is cornbread. Cornbread. That stuff, oh my god. Okay, there is a way to ruin cornbread. Now I really hope that you're not one of the people that ruins cornbread. I'm only kidding, by the way. Or am I? Please do not ever hand me a piece of cornbread with pieces of freaking corn. Ew. And I know that this is a very controversial thing to say, because I feel like it's 50-50 with people. When I've talked about cornbread with people, not often, of course. Everyone typically does like cornbread. Half of the people say that they like it with pieces of corn. Other people say that hell no, and I am one of those people. Absolutely not. I just don't want to bite into my bread and get a piece of corn. What? I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty normal thing to not want when you're eating bread. But I do like zucchini bread, and I do like carrot cake. I know that that's cake, but you know, some people shred carrots into it, and you can like, I don't know. If you know, you know. And honestly, I don't mind the shredded carrots. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, nowadays, oh, and Thanksgiving, at least a few years ago, I can't really remember lately, used to be the only time of year that I could physically burp. I know some people think burping is disgusting, and honestly, if you're burping and you're giving a good solid 10 out of 10 burp, oh yeah, that is disgusting. But I do appreciate the effort of the burp, you know, when people burp around me. I am always jealous because, again, I typically only burp once or twice a year, and one of those being at Thanksgiving. So yes, I do always rate people's burps, so I do appreciate a good 10 out of 10 one. But I'm not gonna lie, I just came out of your body. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking about how you're probably laying there, sitting there, and you've been watching the video, and suddenly we're talking about burping when I was talking about how this server is the best server in the world. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But last night, the producer and I hit a new record of how many trick-or-treaters come around to our house. Now, the last 2 years, no kid has come, and we buy bags of candy every time. Yesterday night, we reached a new score, a new high score. 1 kid came. I was so happy about it, because this whole time that I've envisioned having a house, before I bought the house, I had thought about how fun it would be to be the people who hand out candy every Halloween, because again, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, and I think kids just have so much fun because, you know, they're kind of trying to bring out their creativity, or they're just expressing something that they love, and so they're just so excited. They're filled with so much joy, and it's contagious, you know, like their happiness, their excitement, it gets me excited. So before buying a house, I always envisioned like being that cool house on the block who gives out the really good candy, and eventually who would have a lot of Halloween decor out front. I could see myself sitting on the porch, you know, handing out candy, or opening up the garage door and putting on some speakers with Halloween music. But the last 2 years of us living here, or the last 2 Halloweens, not this one, this is our 3rd, but the other 2, we even dress up. We dress up in case people knock, and we'll buy really good candy, and then we're just dressing up with each other, or just watching TV and no one ever comes, and then the producer gets happy because, you know, she gets to eat all the candy, and she knows I won't eat it. I'm more of a salty or spicy kind of treat person. I don't know. That's just my go-to. But yeah, no one has ever come knocking on the door, and it's always been such a bummer turning off the porch light once trick-or-treating hours are over. So when the kid knocked yesterday, it was a little bit before it was ending, and I was so excited. I was so excited, man. But the thing is, the kid knocked, and by the time we got up to the door, he was already down our driveway. Like, he didn't expect anyone to come out, but when we opened the door, he came running back. It was adorable, and he made my night. So I hope that he had a good one. I hope he got a lot of candy. Maybe next year we can set the bowl out, but again, I don't think that the kids even come all the way down to the end of the street. So it makes sense. It made a lot of sense yesterday when I looked outside and I saw that if I were a parent taking my kids out tonight, and I looked down the street and no one had their cars out in their driveway, they're probably not home, so let's not go. Our cars are always out in the driveway, but the neighbors have a really big pine tree, so it covers it completely. It's so sad. It's so sad. But right there, someone was messaging me about if we found one of those chests in the sewer down there, but I had to say we gave up. Mr. Flores and his team of staff always do this for fun. But let me drink some more coffee, because, man, I have been yapping your ears off. I really hate the gulping. I'm so sorry. The producer wanted to come in here and explore this park area. I kind of thought that the park would have a bunch of mobs for some reason. I can't remember if it did last year. The producer said that some of the buildings are similar to last year, but not all of them, and there were new builds this year, so I was really excited that oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name of that on the left, where you can ride and go up and down, and you can go in the sky. Oh my gosh, I lost it. She then found this building over here, and it looked like it was on fire, so I was really excited to go in and explore. I want to say that it's everybody on Floris's staff that participate in building. So some of these you'll see, they give credit to whoever built it. I don't know if, when there is no sign, if that means everybody was hands-on with it, but for some reason I thought that I couldn't get out of this room. So you're gonna see me struggle and just kind of stay in here. It was interesting. I lied. The producer came and saved the day, but I did also just pause it to cut that, because it did end up being a long wait there in that room. But eventually I realized I could open the doors. I swear that there was a door that I went in and it was a trick, and so I couldn't get out, but that was actually not even in the video, so I don't have proof of that. So you're just gonna have to take my word, unfortunately. But yeah, so the summary of my night was we played Minecraft, we smoked, we ate dinner and played, and then that kid came and knocked on our door and made my night. It was awesome. And you know what? This year was the first. Oh, my stomach. This year was the first year that we decided not to dress up. So next year I'll be dressed up. I'll be waiting for that kid, because I'm sure the parents know now that, hey, those people down the road, they're gonna give you candy. Let's go. So I do hope to see him again. It was so fun. I think I'll buy a whole bag just for him. But now today, Saturday, I've got my family coming over for game night, and we're actually gonna go to, I don't know if you were in marching band or if you knew anyone in marching band, and if you attended the competitions on the weekend, but today is the state finals, so I've been wanting to go to a band competition for the last 6 years, but I've been with the producer and we've been living together, and every weekend we always find something to do, so I typically always forget about the band competitions ending in November. So today is November, and I thought it'd be really fun to take my family to the band competition, since my mom would always come watch my brother and I. I was a trumpet player, and my brother was on the drum line. He was in the front of the band, like the people who just stand still and they're not on the field. He was in percussion, and he was there for in band and marching band together, because there was one year that I was in there alone because we're two different grades. Then the following year we were in it together, and then I left marching band so that I could attend like a more career tech focused school. I don't know if your school offered that in high school, where after 2 years you could leave for your junior and senior year to go and, let's say you want to be a chef. They've got culinary classes, and that would be your main, like, it was almost like a mini college, but it was considered a high school. Anyway, so I left marching band and went to that school, and so then my brother got a year of marching band without me. But I just remember going to, well, when we were in it together, since we're all moving on the field and he was on the field with me that time, we would have to, move around my brother. Excuse me. And I just remember that there would always be drum breaks, and I think the drum breaks go hard in all marching band shows. I don't care the school, I don't care how good you are, but I mean, how good you are definitely plays a part in this, but just the drum line in general, they go so hard, dude. I'm not jealous, but in a way I am jealous that my brother got to be in percussion. But I think he very much deserved it, and he killed it, dude. He killed it. And so to this day, I still watch our shows, and sometimes I even go out of my way to watch when he was the only one in marching band, because that drum break, I remember going to one of his band shows, and I remember tearing up during the drum break, because at one point it was only the snare drum players, and they had been, like everyone else in the band, moved away from them, so they were the center of attention in the center of the field. And I just thought my brother did so well. He had executed his lines perfectly, and they were all in sync. No one missed a beat. It just felt so beautiful. It felt so good. They did amazing, but more importantly, I was only really focused on my brother, and he killed it, man. He made me tear up, and I remember my mom laughing at me jokingly, of course, because we had always poked fun at her when she would come and watch us in our school events, because she would tear up. And so when she saw me tear up, she was like making fun of me, and she was like, "See, it's uncontrollable." And so since then I've definitely understood her. And I don't poke fun at her as much. But yeah, so that's where we're going today, is the finals for the band competition. And surprisingly enough, this is actually going to be held somewhat close by to our house, and my family just so happens to be coming over for game night, so it lined up perfectly. And not only is it so close to our house, it's gonna be hosted by the producer's high school. And I've only seen, well, I see her high school whenever we go out there, and it is massive, dude. Like, the high school that I come from is nothing to brag about at all. I remember my freshman year, we didn't have AC, and the people there are interesting, and it definitely gave me some character. But her high school, though, is, at least compared to my high school, we would view them as extremely wealthy. Now, I know that if you compare high schools, and you know what? Let me kind of describe it. The way that the people I went to high school with and how I view it is that they have a lacrosse team at their high school, and we do not. None of the high schools in my area had a lacrosse team, but the cities, that were kind of close to us, that were more up north, they did, and they had beautiful cities, beautiful schools, they had money, they had funding. So just to compare schools like that, I'm excited. Just so that you know a little bit more, I'm excited to see their football field. I'm excited to see their, just everything today. Because I've only gotten to see their auditorium and walked in that hallway a little bit. And also just a little bit of their cafeteria. And holy shit, dude, I think their cafeteria looked like a college, college area where you eat. I can't remember what they call that, but I don't know. Like the hall, the food hall. There you go. But I think we ended up finding a trick here because nothing was here. We couldn't find anything unless we misunderstood what this area was, but I'm pretty positive that that sign was just trying to trick us. Because then it shot us up to the roof. I apologize, that couple of hits really got me. I have to really remember to take out that, what am I trying to say? The alarm that went off at the beginning of the video was at 5 minutes. I'm not saying this for you, by the way. I'm just saying it to make sure I remind myself and I can get it through my head. It's around the 5-minute mark, 5-minute mark. Let me mute this really quick so that I can, I'm gonna clear my throat. Alright, I'm back. That was perfect, by the way. That really helped my throat. But something that we're going to be doing before... Oh my god, look at how beautiful this place is. By the way, I am using Misa's realistic texture pack as well as complementary shaders. And I think that's all that I have on here to make the graphics not look like Minecraft default skin things. That cast back there is killing me. Look at him, so peaceful. So peaceful. But something we're going to be doing today before we go to the band competitions is I'm going to go look at some more Subarus that are a little closer to the city that the band competition will be in, since we have not gotten the chance to look at Foresters out there. We ended up going to look at a Forester this week, and it was about an hour and a half away, so I left work a little bit early, and then I got the producer from the house, and then we went out, and man, let me tell you, it was interesting. Now let me say this. My Nissan Altima is the only car that I've had for over, it's been about 7 years, I think, 7 or 8 years with my Nissan. The car that I had when I first started learning how to drive was an SUV, and it was a Saturn Vue. A Saturn Vue. It kind of gave off vibes of minivan. It kind of looked like a minivan very good vehicle for me, and you could fit so much stuff in it. I'm so sorry. You could fit so much stuff in it, and you could fit a shopping cart. And I thought that was so impressive. But anyways, then after I graduated, I got a Nissan Altima, and I fell in love, man. I fell in love. Oh my gosh, one sec, I gotta blow my nose. Alright, I'm all good now. I think that definitely helped me, but I think the reason that my nose and my throat are kind of getting a little weird is because I had turned off the heat before I started recording, and it's getting a little more cold down here, so I'm getting the sniffles, so I do apologize. Man, I've been apologizing a lot this video, goodness. Anyways, so the SUV that I first had really showed me how helpful a vehicle could really be for you, and I know that sounds stupid, but I just mean, like, it really helped me in the snowy months. And then when I moved to my Nissan, I love my Nissan. I have held on to my Nissan for so long because it is such a good vehicle. It is a 2015 Nissan Altima, and I don't understand the people who shit on Nissan, like who talk badly about Altimas. I really do believe that a car is as good as its owner allows it to be. And what I mean by that is, if you don't take care of your car, if you're not keeping up with the maintenance when you're supposed to, you're just kind of ruining the car. Because everyone had always told me Altimas don't last, Altimas are crap, Altimas have transmission issues, and the only thing that I've had to do to this car is obviously change the like the brakes and rotors or whatever is involved with that. I get new all-weather tires when I need them, and I obviously keep up with my oil changes, and I just recently, and I should have done it when I was supposed to, when I hit the miles that I was supposed to do the transmission fluid exchange thing, but I waited a very long time to do that, and I finally did it this year. But again, I have never had any problems with this car. Oh, and another thing I had to do was, like, recharge the AC thing. I don't know, at one point I had no AC, and it was during the summer. Oh my god, and that was a horrible summer. But, yeah, no, I've never broken down on the side of the road. I always keep up with my car, and so if you ever want advice from me for any type of life advice, I would highly advise you to take care of your vehicle. I don't care if it's a beater, I don't care if it's a luxurious car, and I don't care if it's just an average one. If you take care of it, a car is an extremely good investment. Just take care of it. I know it's so silly to just drop all your money on a repair, but trust me, your car is so valuable to you. And I mean, like, same goes for a motorcycle, just any kind of vehicle, any motor vehicle. Take care of it, and it will be worth your money in the long run. It's just a great investment, I think. Anyways, enough ranting about that. So this week I test drove a 2016 Subaru Forester. It was like an olive green. It had leather seats and they were tan. It was a tan interior. but it's the lighter silver. It's one of the more, what is the word? I always lose it when I want to use it. It's one of the more common silvers that you see on cars, and it's a lighter one. It's just ugly, and I don't want to drive a silver car. And I do think that the dark gray Subaru Foresters go so hard. They are just gorgeous, very sophisticated looking. And so silver is a no. I don't want a yellow car, so I guess I am kind of picky on the color, but I've never seen a yellow Forester, so another least favorite color is white, and I don't know why, because some white vehicles do look sophisticated as hell, and I like that sophistication. I don't know. And so anyways, this Forester that was green and that I drove this week, I learned very quickly that I hate the Forester leather seats. They are mighty uncomfortable, mighty uncomfortable. And I had told myself that once I sell my Nissan, it's gonna have some very hard, other cars are gonna have some very hard competition, and that's up against my Nissan, because the comfort level is, I would say, a solid 8 out of 10. It definitely works for long road trips. But the green Subaru that had leather seats this week, I could never. I think I would even hate the 1 hour drive that I do a day for work. 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, and sometimes I do deliveries for my boss, and I'll go to clients, so I'd have to sit on those hard-ass leather seats. No thank you. So I learned very quickly that when I'm looking for a Forester, say no to the leather seats for me. For me, it's a no. Absolute no. They were horrible. They felt like bricks. And then the dealer ended up telling me that people typically do like the Forester cloth seats, so that's what I'll be sticking with, is cloth. I've realized that it's just my favorite material seats. It's very comfortable, and in the summertime it's not gonna burn my skin off when I sit down, and in the winter time I'm not gonna freeze. So I loved it. This is a massive tower, by the way. It was so eye-catching. I was so curious I had to come over and check it out. But anyways, I don't like leather seats, so that car was a no for me this week. And then the previous weekend, I drove a 2018 blue Subaru Forester, and it had cloth seats with a lighter interior. It was the tan again. And let me tell you, I'm not really a huge fan of the tan interior. I love wearing all black clothing, so that's kind of my aesthetic, is more of those darker colors, and maybe that's why I don't really like white vehicles, but, you know, sometimes they can get pulled off, and I like it. But the tan interior, I don't know, it's just so bright, and I'm like, oh my god, I need sunglasses. And I just really like the look of a dark interior. It looks clean, it just looks beautiful, elegant, I don't know. However, the interior of the car color doesn't deter me away from the vehicle at all. I think it's gonna come down to the seats. That's so funny to me. And obviously the miles, I want it to be under 120,000 miles. And obviously at a good, reasonable price, no prior accidents. At least that's what I'm looking for. And I would prefer that it did not have a sunroof, because a sunroof, and I learned this when I had my first SUV for my Nissan, a sunroof makes your insurance go up. And I truly don't care for a sunroof. I already had it and I hated it. But yeah, I don't want to waste the money just to have the sunroof. But if the vehicle is perfect and there is a sunroof, unfortunately, I think I would pay. If the price is right and the miles are good, I think I would look past the sunroof. But if the vehicle didn't come with a sunroof, I would be thrilled. I would not be sad about it. I also want a 2016 or a 2018 Forester, as I've heard that those are one of the best years for them. And I do not want turbo. I just want almost like the base model. I wish that I could be picky about the push to start, because I did get spoiled with that in my Nissan. And it is such a good feature, man. I hate having to worry about having that physical key, like, in the car while it's running. And the push to start, you can leave with your keys. You just need it with you to turn it on. And I love that feature. I love it. But I have not seen many Subarus with a push to start, so I had to let go of that idea. I had to part ways. But that's okay. I'm not really picky on the push to start. It's just a nice extra perk. The producer would really, 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 really love it if I got a Subaru with heated seats. Now, I'm not opposed to do it. I've never had it personally in any of my vehicles. But she did have the luxury of it in her Volkswagen Bug. And, you know, it's surprising because the Bug was like a 2001. I don't know. I was like, wow, they had heated seats. I don't know why I was surprised, but I am. So I am looking for a Subaru with heated seats. I think that it would. I think she would love it if I did get that. And I want to say that that's it. That's what I am looking for when it comes to the cosmetics. But I'm more concerned about the price, mileage, and if there have been prior accidents. And we're going to be looking at two vehicles today. Foresters, they're both 2018. Very similar in price, but a little different in mileage. And both, I believe, okay, I can't tell if the dealership, it kind of looks like they used one set of 36 photos for both vehicles, since unfortunately they're both white Foresters. That is the only downside, but that I see so far. And other than they unfortunately come with tan interiors, so the lighter interior. And the plus is that it comes with heated seats. It is cloth seats at that. I cannot tell if both have a sunroof or if it's one does, one doesn't. Maybe that's what will get me. Now, the one that's a little cheaper does have a little more mileage on it. But if it doesn't have a sunroof, I might choose that one, even though it has the higher mileage. I just gotta think in the long run, out of the two, even if the other has low mileage, I would have to be paying a little extra in car insurance to have that sunroof. So, yeah, no thanks. And I'm excited because my family is gonna be there with me, and this is gonna be their first time with me shopping for a car. And my brother's a mechanic, so I feel like if I really like this vehicle, he can tell me, like, hey, I don't think it's worth it because you're gonna have to fix this, this, and that. Or this looks really bad, so you're gonna have to think about that expense. So I'm really excited to have some guidance today, and it be trustworthy guidance. Man, I'm maybe I'll purchase it, maybe I won't. Let me know, would you be interested? I know this is a gaming channel, so I wanted to ask, would you be interested in me doing a vehicle tour? Whenever I do get a new car, a car tour, you let me know, I'd be down. But I wasn't sure if it was appropriate since this is a only gaming channel. But yeah, I'm really excited though. And then afterwards is when we're gonna go to that band competition. And then after that, we're gonna be coming back to our place and having game night. I'm kind of wondering what we're gonna have for dinner. I think lunchtime. We're gonna be at the band competition, so it's gonna be some of that unhealthy concession stand food, which I actually really love. And I'm excited, but also terrified about the band thing, because it's outdoors. Oh, sorry about that. It's outdoors, and it's gonna be like 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And that's getting a little chilly for me. A little chilly for me. But we'll get through it. I hope that my mom and my brother have a good time. I hope the producer does as well. This is going to be her first band competition that she ever attends. At least that she believes. So that's going to be very exciting to just kind of explain to her like what's going on in the competition. And her getting to see every school's show because everyone does a different theme. And I'm really excited to see how these high schools have evolved musically and also with their visuals. So I'm excited. I kind of wonder if I'm gonna run into anybody that I went to school with, because I know that it would obviously be more of the band kids who I run into, not just some random person I went to school with. So I wonder if that'll happen. That'll be interesting. I haven't talked to anyone from my high school in a few years. Like, oh my god. It's been a long time. But, also, I meant to mention this earlier, but every time that I was pausing in this video, and I was just kind of like standing there, I was actually trying to eat my Alfredo, my pasta last night. I almost had it with a glass of wine, but I opted out because I just would rather smoke. So that's what we ended up doing, and yeah, now we're hosting game night and going to a band competition. Gonna go see a car or two. And oh, actually, maybe we're not having lunch at the concession stands. I think that could just be our snacks. I think that the producer and I are gonna show my family around her town. That way they can just kind of see where she grew up, and we're gonna eat somewhere out there. I'm excited. I'm really excited because I think my family's gonna be like, wow, this is where she grew up. And I don't think they've ever been out there before. Maybe my brother has passed through, but I don't think he would have known that that was the producer's hometown. So I'm really excited about it. I'm still trying to look for a couple more of these ghost chests. I don't know what you get if you collect all 50 of them, so I was really interested. And I saw that if you find, I think it's 5 of the hidden secrets, you kind of have to venture off in all of these builds and see if you can find hidden, like, things. If you find all 5, you get a custom Halloween painting, and it looked so cute, man, it looked so cute. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to find it because my family's here the whole weekend. They leave tomorrow. They always leave kind of early, so I don't know. Maybe we will. But I think we had a lot of fun last night, and I think it really got our spirits up, and it's kind of like a tradition that we do. The producer and I will always hop on Floris's world, his server on holidays. It's just very nostalgic for us, like when we first got together. I actually introduced the producer to Minecraft. And so it's been a fun thing, and I kind of think maybe the reason she gets her kicks around fall and winter time for Minecraft is maybe because this is around the time that I had shown her Minecraft and we were in creative mode, just creating things, and she got to really explore how to play Minecraft and stuff like that. So I think that's maybe why she gets her kicks, and I think it's adorable. I think it's so fun that she plays Minecraft with me. I wish sometimes that she would play Fortnite a little more, but hey, I can't be too picky because she's still playing, and I really do appreciate that. I like having like someone I can play with. I have the boys to play with, but she's my wife, so it's really cool that I can do that. It's really fun. It's a really good bonding experience. But look at this pumpkin ahead. Oh my gosh, I was trying to figure out where the producer was going, if that was like a spider build that we were under. Oh, and then she found a chest, so that's a plus, that's a plus. That is a very big, big plus. But, yeah, I'm really excited though for you to watch this. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you got some relaxation out of this. And, I'm excited to hear about if you dress up or not for Halloween. And like I said in a different video, the producer was Ghostface. Wait, what am I saying? Not Ghostface. She was No Face from Spirited Away. And I was Outlaw Midas from Fortnite. He is one of my favorite Fortnite skins that I own. And so I felt fun being him. And again, see, I'm someone else for a day. It's just so much fun. So I hope that you also had a great Halloween. And if you didn't celebrate Halloween, well, hey, you got a fun little Minecraft video out of it. So hopefully you got to relax a little bit. It's Saturday, so, just relax. Sunday you can clean and you can be a little more productive, but take today off and do something for you. Do something you've been wanting to do, even if it's just going out to that new coffee shop or just reading a new book. If you like cleaning and that relaxes you, I suppose you could start cleaning today. But take the time for yourself. You've been working hard all week, all month, all year, man. The year's almost up, so enjoy it while you still can, so you can remember a little bit of 2025. And hopefully it's good memories only. Man, okay, so, you know how people do, like, New Year's resolution videos and stuff like that? Well, my goal for the end of the year, and I think that we can achieve it, especially if I stay consistent with my videos, which I'm working to be better at. It is just, I cannot believe how life has been hitting me back and forth lately. I think that I'm about to get a break because we don't have anything lined up, and then wham, wham, something new comes. But what I want my goal to be, what my goal is to stay consistent and reach 2,000 subscribers. I think that I can do it. We are so freaking close, and I want to do this by the end of the year. That way, my goal for the beginning of the year is to get another 1,000 in that year. I think it would be really fun to just go up by 1,000 subscribers every year and slowly grow the channel that way. Because I think if I just got 1,000 subscribers randomly, it would almost be overwhelming. And yeah, and then I can focus on each and every one of you a little better and really create this bond fan of you. But yeah, I just wanted to share that goal with you. The producer thought there might be a chest up here. I had said that I think it was a dud unless I was too baked, but she went up there and she did say that it was a dud. I think that I'm gonna have to throw in some Minecraft music in here, because the sounds aren't that loud. I thought there were more sounds. I kept hearing the producer's computer going off, but never mind. Only when I found like those chests, that's when I started getting sounds, and they were loud. They were loud, loud, loud. So before I post this, I'm gonna edit down the sounds, and at the 5-minute mark I need to take out my alarm, because that really spooked me. It was a little scary, my goodness. I wanted to head down here. Oh god, there was a Enderman. I had asked if it was coming after me or the producer, and unfortunately it got the producer. But I did find a chest. Oh, apparently I already grabbed it. And then, oh wait, I'm so sorry, I just ruined that for you. She just died. She said that she couldn't do /back, so I told her that I would pick up her items. She was freaking out, and I was like, oh no, I got you. She tried to send this request, but since we're in a special world here in /Halloween, Flores disables that, and I think it's so that people can actually explore and not just go straight to the chests, if you know what I mean. Like, that way you're not cheating, basically. And everyone can get a fair chance at, finding the chest. But a lot of people here are friendly and very helpful, so if you do decide to join this weekend and you want to find, the chests or all 5 hidden secrets, feel free to ask. People will either tell you where it is or ask you to just do /Halloween, and then you can follow them to the places. I really do like this server, and this was giving me vibes of Shrek 1. I don't know if it's giving you that vibe, but when Donkey and Shrek were crossing that bridge, oh my god. Terrifying, terrifying, terrifying. But I do think that we finally explored all of the map. I haven't been seeing anything new other than this bridge that we had to cross. That was one of the last things that I wanted to show you. But yeah, man, people are talented on this server. They really go all out, and for Christmas I can do another, like a Christmas special like I did today for Halloween. And I can go around in the server, so if you want to be in that video, hey, go ahead and log on for Christmas. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I thought this build was really pretty. The white with purple. Whoever built this killed it. But I couldn't seem to find the entrance, so I was a little confused how to show you that. I'm gonna try and come around here, but I don't think that I could find a door anywhere. So I kind of just had to leave it, say goodbye to it. There's a pumpkin over here I thought looked fun. But again, I don't really see any doors to get in any places. So I'm wondering if it's just like a decor thing over here and nothing to actually explore. Which, that's totally fine. Because look at this, we've been playing for about an hour now, so hey, not a problem. I think we saw it all. But thank you so much for chilling with me. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you giving me your time. I know it's very valuable. And I hope that you had a great Halloween. I hope it was a safe one. Hopefully you got some good treats, maybe a few tricks, but mainly treats. And if you're new to the channel, again, welcome in. I hope that you enjoyed yourself tonight, or I should say today, because I'm posting this pretty early in the day. Thank you for stopping by and checking me out. playlist section of the channel and see what we've got going on here. If you like it, feel free to stay, and if not, I completely understand and I wish you well. I hope that you find some good ASMR artists, because there are a bunch of them on YouTube, man. I have been watching ASMR a